Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back again with another alien reading. So, I wasn't really sure what to do a reading on. I've been really stumped because it's been really, really quiet this entire month in pop culture. But I honestly was thinking, are aliens ever going to make contact with us? Will they make contact with us soon? Or maybe they already have. So I'm going to ask this directly. I don't know if I've directly asked this, and I've just been thinking about it. And I'm like, honestly, maybe it's just a sign to do the reading. So I'm going to keep it there. So remember, these readings all alleged for interpreters only, and let's get started. Please remember, if you like these readings, hit the join button down below to join the YouTube members. There's a lot of additional content. I actually do a lot of stuff on aliens and death and rebirth and the meaning of life and Mother Earth and pick a card, story time. You can win a reading for me. You're missing out. Join, okay? All right. Will aliens make contact with us soon? So, will they, them, us? They can't. The Knight of Cups says that we have some growth to do. The Wheel of Fortune is like bad luck or missed opportunity, meaning like they don't have the ability to get in. They don't have the ability. The Five of Cups is predicting disappointments before it began. Number one, they have no reason to. We are, the Five of Cups when it's reversed says that we're, it's like being disappointed with us, being like, wow, this is a mess. The way we treat the planet, especially, and the low vibration, the Five of Cups is reversed, which is like, I don't want to go there. We're like the dumpster, you know, like it's like the trash. So like, I don't want to be around that. And the Wheel of Fortune is like, they can't. There's something, I think I've seen this before. There's some sort of barrier around Earth that I see, and it's like it's like poison and they can't get through. There's something like that. There's something that causes them to like not want to be here. It's almost like if they couldn't breathe our air, or something is like detrimental to them. Whereas like, there's not really a benefit for them. The Nine of Cups is about us having to mature. I want clarification on the maturing. I do think they feel like we wouldn't be able to handle them. Like, I think the general public wouldn't be able to really handle them right now. But that's not the major issue. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands tells me that we don't have the technology. Sure, I mean, I'm sure we've already made some sort of contact and the government has like hid it from us. I'm sure. But on a large scale, on a grand scale, the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands says that there's a barrier to entry, meaning, you know how like an astronaut can't go in space unless they have the suit? There's something like that for us and them. I keep seeing glasses. I think I've seen this imagery before. I see glasses being on and I see different colors. It's almost like, you know how like the eye, I swear I've seen this before. I haven't rewatched any of my readings on aliens in a long time. But it's almost like if there's, there are certain colors we can't see. When I look, I see us needing some sort of like I put glasses on and I see colors I couldn't see before. Our eyes physically can't see what we need to see. We don't have some sort of technology. I don't know if it's a metaphor directly, but we don't have some sort of ability. Someone destroyed. Oh my God. All right. You guys want weird? I'm going to give you weird. Somebody destroyed plans for technology to be able to do this. You know how there's all those conspiracy theories that back in the day, the gods and the goddesses were actually aliens trying to communicate and the hieroglyphics depict this stuff and they were like trying to tell us things and teach us things? I do think there's some truth to that. It's like, okay, I see like a small window of opportunity. I see some sort of being going through that small window of opportunity, being able to communicate with us. And then trying to teach us how to continue communicating. It's like if they had cell phones and they were trying to teach us how to make our own cell phone to connect to them. And then I see someone destroying those plans. And I see this happening over time. It's like, hey, like we won't be able to do this anymore. Like you're going to have to do it on your own. And then I see over time that being destroyed. And anybody who gets close, I see it being destroyed. This is about like, somebody being invested in hyperfixating on technology and it being destroyed. Wow. How's this for a conspiracy theory? The reason it's just these things have been stopped, thwarted, and destroyed or avoided is because it would collapse society as we know it because we would be more in control. You know how you can manifest yourself, anything in your life? I've talked about this. If we're able to connect to aliens or other beings or other dimensions, they're willing to teach us how to do things on our own, meaning we won't have a need for the way society is currently built. Think of it like the fall of capitalism. But it's not just capitalism, it's the way our entire society is built. Resource-wise, a lot of the resources that we are deprived of are things that I see them being able to teach us to generate on our own. Think of it like being, you know how like we have Ozempic now and it's helping people with their weight and stuff like that. I see them being like, I can make it so that you will get the nutrients your body needs without even ever having to eat. I can make it so that you can generate something without ever needing money. There are ways in which I feel like we can be taught to create things or to not have the need for certain things. I think it has to do with our brains. What I'm seeing is like I'm going full channel mode. What I'm seeing is like a brain scan, and I'm seeing pointing to certain parts of our brain, how to unlock certain parts and turn off certain parts. There's this ability to kind of harvest different sections of the brain for utilizing it for certain things. Almost like, it's not necessarily, some of it might be suppression and suppressing certain things, but I don't mean it in terms of sociopathy. I mean it in terms of efficiency. Like being able to unlock the potential inside of you. Like instead of the best athlete being the fastest, if most people could be fast. Do you see what I mean? Like there's this, it's neurological. There's some sort of like neurons or neurological, I keep seeing a brain scan. There's something to do with human brains and unlocking certain parts and certain parts being suppressed. I also see it as energy. So like our low energy, we need to be higher vibration. I still see it based in love, not fear. So us needing to be more loving, but there's something to do with unlocking certain parts in the brain that make you quote unquote superhuman. In fact, I feel like, yep, there it is, regrets and the fool and the page of swords. I feel like we were able to do a lot more gajillions of years ago. If anything, over time, it's like evolution has removed certain abilities for us because they're quote unquote not deemed necessary. It's like they forced out of things via evolution. Think of it that way. Like we've lost certain abilities that we used to have with our brains. That's what I'm seeing. They're cut off from us. I see other entities, they're cut off from us. Seven of Swords is reversed. The Queen of Cups is reversed, and the Devil card is reversed too. I still see this toxic haze around Earth. It's like a veil. There's a specific food. Okay, so something is pointing to a specific food. Oh, it's mushrooms. Because it's in the ground. It looks like a piece of broccoli, though. Maybe there's something that looked like broccoli, too. Because it looks like a piece of broccoli to me, but I think that's a mushroom. Not all the shroom girls losing their mind when they hear that. I have never done anything like that. I'm scared, girl. I'm scared I won't come back. Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and Ace of Cups. Huh. Oh. This goes back to some of the other readings I've done where there's something that's sabotaging us that's not just on Earth. There are other beings that are trying to sabotage us. It's like if I place poison in certain places. We're like a giant test subject, is what I see. King of Wands reverse, Magician reverse, and Empress. I just see something. There's two. There's one entity here, or one half, that I genuinely see being like, I kind of like to fuck with them, poison them, useless, keep them low. And then there's a lot of others. There's only seems to be one like negative. There's a lot of other beings here that I see want to help, want to bring us closer to something, want to teach us things. Magician being reversed is crazy though, because what we're told not to do is what we should be doing, is the message. But I don't know what that applies to, and I can't figure that out. Do you see why I keep seeing this? I've seen this in my previous readings too. They're confused about our obsession with procreation. Okay. They're confused about our obsession with procreation. There's this fascination that they have with us. Why? I wonder if it has to do with our emotions. Why we are so inclined to be isolated in individual family units. So the Judgment card's reversed, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Wands. King of Pentacles, excuse me. I don't think that they see everyone as a unit. They see it as a community. They see, species and things like that as units. Like, you need to all be together. You're a collective conscious. And they're fascinated by our feelings and desires of keeping in small family groups and small knit groups. They're confused by that. It seems to be a phenomena that they're confused by. When you look at the Nine of Pentacles, that's about our view of relationships, our view of marriage and things like that, like, and procreation. For them, they look at things as this, whatever I'm channeling, it's looking at that as like, oh, that's interesting. The concept of love is interesting. It's not that they don't have love, it's that our perception of it is vastly different. They're looking at it from a survivability standpoint and a strength standpoint. Almost like they're fascinated by the fact, okay, I can tell you exactly what it is. So, you know how in the animal kingdom, animals, like the strongest male wins. It like fights the female, the other males off, and the strongest male gets the female. They're fascinated at the fact that it doesn't work with humans. Because in most other species, that seems to be the pattern of behavior, right? Is like the strongest survive and procreate to keep it alive. Whereas with humans, that's not how we operate, right? And they're fascinated by that. I don't know if it's necessarily a good or a bad thing. They're just fascinated by the fact that we do that, because for them, they're like, you have more choice. You're more active and proactive in your choice. I think I'm still getting a message about offsprings and children. I'm wondering if the way that we have children is very different to theirs, but I'm still confused because I'm like, what is this trying to tell me? Oh, there's the kids again, Six of Cups. The World and the Two of Wands. Do they see this as a distraction? What am I not getting? What am I not getting? Five of Swords. Oh, okay. The power is in the female. That's what I'm not getting. That's why there's the fucking Empress. I'm an idiot. It's women. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so the message here is that women need to start utilizing their own power. Women are the key. Something to do with femininity and women and their abilities. They're the key here. So the message is essentially like, why are women so concerned with creating a family unit, nurturing people, instead of dominating and taking over, right? You know how that's like a male thing, right? Like we see that in our patriarchy, like, you know, men are expected to dominate and control. And there's this feeling of like, why aren't women doing the same when they should be? I'm going to say something even crazier. Whatever I'm channeling is trying to tell me that women are stronger than men. Women are more powerful than men. And there's something esoteric being done to suppress that. Essentially, there's some outside force that is infiltrating us and pushing this notion of like women are childbearers and wives and, you know, that's it. Like there's this weird, I don't understand, but I know this sounds batshit insane. I don't really care. If you click this video, you know it's gonna be batshit. But you know how like the Valkyries are all women and they're like led and there was like no men or whatever? It's like that's how it's supposed to be. Like I'm not kidding when I tell you like I'm looking at other societies and they're all ruled by women, and they keep fucking pointing to bees, which makes me think of like how bees operate, where they're like all fucking women and the men are good for nothing but sex and they kill them. It's like there's like this there we've been tricked is all I keep seeing. It's like you're tricked. Something to do with women. It's like we're tricked. Like there's some, I can't figure this out and it's gonna frustrate me to no end, but it's like the woman is the actual leader. The woman is the actual powerful one. The woman's brain is the one you should be focusing on. Women should be the leaders. Women should be making scientific discoveries. Women should be making decisions. It's like I keep seeing this pointing. I don't know, dude. I'm like, you can keep fucking pointing to it, but I can't connect the dots. It has to do with, I'm going to tell you what I see. It has to do with women being able to retain something that has evolved out of men. I don't know if it's energetically, spiritually, brain-wise. I don't know. There's something that women have that men don't. And I don't just think it's like, I know you could be like, a vagina, pregnancy. It's not that simple. It's something a little bit more complex. It has to do with something that their body does or produces or regulates, something like that. And it's the key to kind of reconnecting with our ability to connect with others. In fact, I'd be shocked if when we didn't finally get contact with an alien, if it wasn't with a woman. There's just something about feminine energy. And you know what's interesting is I'm also seeing a pointing to like, what's that? Is that like gay people? I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, it is because I'm seeing like Cleopatra. So the metaphor here is, there's this like okay, how do I figure that out? You know how like in certain animal species there are gay animals and they kind of like help take care of the offspring and stuff like that, and that's their job. There's something specific about being gay or LGBT that I can't figure out. It has to do with spirituality. This is like a spiritual thing. That I can't figure out. Maybe that'll be its own reading one day. But there's something spiritual about that too. There's something different. I can't figure that one out. Let me know what you guys think. If this video sucks, it sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know. This is just what I started fucking channeling. I went in trying to talk about aliens, and I don't know where the hell I ended up. I could just tell you there's something in our DNA, there, and especially women's DNA, that we're overlooking, that is being suppressed, and that if we amplified, would really change our lives. I don't know, dude. There's a lot more to our process of being born. I can tell you that. There's something to do with the structure in which we're born. And I do believe, we're born, gay or whatever, or straight, whatever. But regardless, there's something to do with purpose and DNA involved in all this stuff. Like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Spiritually, esoterically. So before y'all start complaining, I'm talking about like spiritually. There's something spiritual about that. Hit that join button down below to join the 2 members. Until next time, good luck. I don't know, girl. Yeah, I'm going to have to try and make sense of this, or maybe do a part 2 for the members or something to see if I can get more information, because I'm lost. I need to rewatch this.